Hey guys, what is going on? It's Johnny Two Thumbs 17 here, and you may notice that this episode is just a little bit different. I will get into that in a minute, but of course I have to do my plug party as always. Gotta promote myself. It just has to be done. Be sure to like and favorite this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Help me achieve my first goal of 50 subscribers. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Follow my video game blog on Tumblr, and follow me on Instagram. The name for all those sites is Johnny Two Thumbs 17, and as always, those links will be down below in the description. So, this video is going to be a little bit different. I will warn you right off the bat. There's a few reasons for this. The first is this. My time at Stevenage is over. I didn't make it through the season. If you follow me on Twitter, there's a few of you that do. There have been talks of a takeover for probably the last year or so in the save. And we finally had one that went through. And the thing that happened was the new owners were set on having a new coach, despite the fact that I got Stevenage promoted to the championship from League 2, despite the fact that we finally seemed to figure out what it was that we wanted to do as a team. The tactic was starting to really take form and achieve everything that we wanted it to achieve. We just needed, a few more players. But the new ownership wanted to take the team in a different direction. So my time at Stevenage, my very first club, is over. That being said, the save itself is not over. The unemployed start save will continue. I would just be at a different club. Ideally, I don't know. I guess I should say I don't know how long the save is going to go on. I would like to get into the Premiership. I would like to play in the Champions League. I'd like to win everything. So this may just be an ongoing series, and I may start other series. I have a few ideas of things I want to do. So those may be added, but I think this might just be an ongoing series throughout all of Football Manager 16. So I do have a new team. I will tell you that. Basically, this entire season is done. I do have the videos recorded for the season, but I'm not going to upload them. I want to go in with a fresh start. So this current season is done. The next video will be Season 8. And it will be with a new club. And at that point, I will have had a bit of time to kind of shape the team myself. Have my influence kind of instilled within the team. So there is that. So this season is unfortunately done. The second reason why this episode is a little bit different is, as you can tell, with the season being done and looking at the screen, there's no gameplay footage. This is really the first video I think I've done where there hasn't been anything going on in the screen. I've done Hearthstone, I've done pack openings, I did State of Decay, but I've never done a video where I'm just talking. So it's just going to be an image up there. Probably the graphic that I originally wanted to use for my cover art, until I realized that it didn't look right across all formats. So we'll probably use that as sort of what you guys can stare at while I ramble here. Now, the main point for this video isn't to tell you guys about, what's going on with the save, although I did want to give you guys an update about that. The real thing I wanted to address was sort of this ongoing discussion or debate about community. And I know I'm a small fry. I just started. This is my first year uploading videos about Football Manager. I don't have very many subscribers. There's only going to be 4 or 5 of you that even watch this video. But it doesn't matter, because that's the thing about community is no matter how big or how small you are, you still have a voice. Your audience may not be as big, but you still have a voice. And so there's been this just following along on Twitter and a few videos here and there. There's this ongoing discussion about, one, is there a community within Football Manager? And 2, if there is, what is the community? It started with the whole hashtag We Are the Community. The TIFO project, or however you say it, just came out. I just got that set up as well. And so there's people like trying to build this community, but there's also this sort of resistance against it, if you will. And it's not people like actively working against the building of the community. It's more like they just have a different view. There's sort of these like two viewpoints. The first is sort of like the community is everybody. It's, your bigger YouTubers from, Second Yellow Card, Work the Space, down to little small fries like your boy Johnny Two Thumb 17 here. That it's everybody, it's all inclusive. And then there's like this separate sort of idea that the community is in a little bubble. Like, it's your community, it's your subscribers, it's the people that watch your videos, it's the people that comment on your videos and your updates. And the thing is, like, neither of these views is 100% wrong, and neither of them is 100. Oh, sorry about that. My phone just went off. Neither of these views is 100% wrong, and neither of them is 100% right either. Like, there can be an overall all-inclusive community, and there could be sub-communities within that. And like, I just really wanted just to comment on this and throw in my 2 cents. I know I have a small voice, I have a small audience, but I still have an opinion on this topic. And so I've never done an introduction video. It's something I should have done earlier. It's something I still want to go back and do. But I come from a competitive gaming background. I played Counter-Strike Source competitively. Now, I don't claim to be a pro. I wasn't that. But I played for a group. We produced an invite team. We produced the main team. I was on the main team. We were sponsored. We played in tournaments. We played in leagues, yada, yada, yada. Just by playing main, I probably played at a higher level than, 80 or 90% of people, right? And so within Counter-Strike Source, there was a great little community. And it didn't matter what drama was going on. There was always that community that was driving it. And you could see the success that that's brought. Because now you look at, like, Twitch, I was looking maybe like an hour ago. It was number 2 on Twitch in terms of how many viewers it had. It had like 89,000 or 95,000 people viewing at the time. And that's because of the community. Like, CSGO is a product of the community, of the competitive community. And that's always been there. Like, there was always prediction threads, there was always players to watch, there was, you would have pro people pushing out content, their configs, their mouse settings. You'd have people breaking down tactics, showing smoke spots, yada, yada, yada. There was just a lot of content that was being put out that was building the community. And so for me, when I think of community, that's what I think of. Like, I think of it in terms of a whole. All of us, in a sense, contributing to the greater good, to pushing out content. Now, that doesn't mean that people are, what's the word I'm looking for? Required, I guess, to build up the community. Like, I'm not looking at the big FM YouTubers. I'm saying it's your responsibility to, push things forward, to build this community, to, be the pillars upon which we build everything. But it's also something that they can't necessarily run away from, if that makes sense. I really do hope this makes sense. I am not great at just sitting and talking. I like to move around when I think. So just to sit here in front of my mic is a little bit difficult. So hopefully I'm not rambling too much. But like, I was watching this video earlier. I won't call him out, but you'll probably guess like who it is. by what I'm talking about. But it was somebody who is leaving the community, right? And they were giving their thoughts on community. And they were talking about themselves and some of the bigger YouTubers and how when he initially started putting up FM content, there really wasn't a whole lot of people doing it. And that, they built each other up by, working together, doing, joint videos, yada, yada, yada. And then the end thing was basically like him just saying, that's what you guys need to do. And it's true, like that's what you should do. You should be collaborating with other people to help grow your channels. You get exposed to their audience, they get exposed to your audience. But at the same time, like, you can't say that and then also imply that some of the bigger names don't have to do that as well. Like, I'm not saying it's required, but if we're talking about community as a whole, then it does benefit the community as a whole to have some bigger names showing support to little guys. I'm not saying they have to constantly do shout outs, constantly do collabs, but if we're talking about the community as a whole, that's what you need to really build it up. That's coming from Counter-Strike. That's what worked, is we had people that played at the invite level. We had people that knew what they were talking about, making content, and just sort of overall raising the level of the rest of the community. And that's something that's really kind of lacking in the FM community, I guess. I mean, I've seen a lot more fantasy draft videos, which is awesome. I love seeing people collaborate. It's going to take things like that to build the community. I don't think you could just say that the community is your subscriber base, that the community is who you follow on Twitter, that the community is who watches your videos. That is a community, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's just part of the bigger picture. In a sense, I do feel that we all are obligated to help this community grow. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. From the big people to the little people, I'm not saying you have to constantly actively do it, but you can do things to help, even like simple videos, or simple things, putting out your tactics, talking about why your tactics work, just producing great content, not separating yourselves from the rest of the people. And then for us little people, not constantly badgering the bigger guys for help, for support. It's something that has to be collaborative. It has to be everybody working towards one goal. And you have seen that to an extent with, like I mentioned earlier, the TIFO project, the We Are the Community hashtag. And I have so much respect for Cleon, I believe is his name. I don't really know him. I follow him on Twitter. I add him on TIFO. But everything that I see from him is literally him pushing the community. It's him reblogging people's tweets. It's him following people, joining their groups. I have so much respect for him because he is trying to build this community. And I think you have to look at it that we are all in this together. I don't think you can separate yourself and have this, work, if that makes sense. And, I'm not saying that anybody owes anybody else anything. I don't want this to be taken out of context. I don't want this to seem like I'm attacking, the big guys or the little guys or whatever. I'm just basing this off of my own experience coming from Counter-Strike, coming from an active community that really pushed the game and what the game could be. I feel like that's what we need to be working at in Football Manager, is that we all have to be working towards building up each other, whether it's through just continuing to push out great content, whether it's, writing articles or doing tactic videos or uploading your stuff on the Steam Workshop or, shouting out maybe lesser known people that you enjoy, or doing collaborations with those people, or even small guys coming together and doing videos together and supporting each other. Whatever it is, it just has to be, whatever it is, we're all in this together, if that makes sense. I just don't think you could, I think there's a big enough push for there to be an all-inclusive community, but it's not there yet in Football Manager. And it's something I think we need to work towards. Anyways, at this point I am just rambling. So that's it, guys. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents on the topic. I'm having a great time putting together these videos, even though I am a really small fry, even though I don't have a lot of viewers, even though there's only going to be like 3 of you that watch this video, and probably none of you are going to get through it all. I'm having a great time pushing this content, and I'm having a great time going through YouTube, finding new people to follow, supporting their stuff. And that's sort of what I want to push. That wants to be my contribution to this whole thing, is I want to see this community built, and I want it to be inclusive. I want to see people, start from the bottom, get to the top, things like that. I want this game to be successful because I am enjoying playing it so much. I am enjoying producing content for it so much. So just my 2 cents from a guy who nobody cares about. I just think, as I said, I'm a firm believer that the community has to be talked about as the greater whole, as inclusive as everybody that's producing content. I think when you view it in that regards, that's really when we could push things forward as a group, as a community, as fans of this great game. So there it is, guys. That's my thoughts on the whole matter. We're gonna end it here. Be sure to like and favorite this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Help me achieve my first goal of 50 subscribers. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Follow my video game blog on Tumblr, and follow me on Instagram. You can now also follow me and join my group on TIFO. All of those links will be down below in the description. And the next video will be up, maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow. It will be Season 8. We will be with a new club, and I'm looking forward to that. So until then, guys, peace.